Okay, we're back. Well, today we actually interviewed Stan Efferding, and it was a good interview. He brought up a few points that I've been kicking around that kind of confirmed my thoughts in terms of mechanical tension and maximizing my potential for a PR and like how I could squeeze out the most out of training and leading up to that. And I mean, philosophy around this has changed a lot over the years. I've definitely been more in the camp of eliminating a lot of fatigue. As he coins it, it's more of like junk volume. And muscle is, it strengthens more towards specific directions. So it's the principle of specificity still applies. And so the more I can emulate what I'm actually trying to do with this very particular lift at a very high efficiency, that's where I want to steer my training. And I feel like, even personally, I've been trying to follow more of a powerlifting protocol and work through these percentages. And I just feel like I've been adding a lot of this junk volume into these workouts. And really, it's the most impactful sets are the first set after you get through your first working set, after you get through your warm-ups. So anyway, all that being said, like I already naturally started to kind of taper down the amount of reps I was doing for these push presses. And then I'm messing around with a different technique for more of a jerk press where I'm actually like in a split stance catch. And so those are the new variables I'm playing around with. And so today I'm going to go even further with that in terms of get through my warm-up set and then just try to sharpen and hone in on that first rep, hang it up, be done with it as it degrades anyway. So I'm thinking more like as we get closer to the end of this training cycle to really be judicious and build upon and adapt upon that so my strength increases and I'm not just recovering and healing. And I do feel like I've been having to recover extra because of the amount of load that load and volume. So mainly the amount of reps with this higher load. So I'm going to adjust those things and kind of tweak those knobs a bit to make it a little more effective. So that's what's going on. And I'm, it's all great on paper. And like I've consulted with quite a few of my strength coach buddies. But when you actually go to application, this is where the individual components really take precedent. And so I have to really feel this, how it's affecting my body and how I'm like progressing. Am I getting stronger? Am I just like going through the motions? So that being said, let's warm up. We'll just get through some pull aparts and then we'll do some shoulder abduction. Got to make it to the finish line healthy with healthy shoulders. That's the biggest elephant in the room. Can I keep my shoulders healthy? Oh, okay. Whew. Yeah, we just want to get everything firing, get a little bit of blood flow, but no fatigue. Now we'll warm up the rotators a bit. Let me go one arm at a time here. I'm trying something else that's a little janky. So no judgment here, but I'm trying to kind of account for that eccentric load and eliminate it at some level by providing these safety straps, so I can dump the weight without having to decelerate it so much, which has been fatiguing my muscles a lot faster. Not only that, it's really a distraction, because I don't care at all about controlling the weight after I'm done getting it into extension. So we're gonna try this, and I'm gonna do it in the cage, which I'm gonna feel like I'm boxed in, so it's gonna be a little psychologically strange for me. Also, too, one thing that I was reminded of is, like, most of your strength output is all your brain firing off this neural signal to your muscles, and two, the natural governing system in your body and the Golgi tendon is to be able to provide that safety signal as well, so that way it's sort of calms that system down, or I don't know how you describe, like override it on some level. Like, we're good. Like, I can apply more force, and I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna make it out without like tearing my muscles off the bone. You heard stories about like old ladies lifting up a car when somebody's in distress, or crazy like superhero kind of feats some people have been able to do. And under the right kind of stress and adrenaline, can override a lot of those natural limiters. And so to try and train in a way where I can dampen that signal a little bit and allow more force production, that's a big goal. So one way to do that is, I've mentioned before, is the post-activation potentiation. So we can do this before actually going for like a heavier lift. And I like to use isometrics for this, where I'm doing yielding. So I'm actually pressing or pulling or whatever it is. I'm pressing it into the object, and I'm able to max exert without a lot of the load impacting my muscles and joints. So it doesn't cause a lot of damage. I don't fatigue as much, but I could generate a lot of force, and then that'll translate hopefully over once we actually apply the load. So all that being said, I'll just get set up here and quit blathering on. So since I don't want to go through this elaborate process of setting this up, I think it was one of the first or second workouts I did, where I was doing this yielding isometric, where I was pushing up against the safety straps. So I'm going to try and emulate that, but with our horse stall, I believe. I forget what they call it. This horse rack. It's basically a stretching ladder, and they use this a lot in gymnastics, but it's at least bolted into the wall, and so if I push with upward force, I'm going to be able to get a similar effect with that. So it's not going to look like I'm doing a whole lot, but my effort is what matters. So just as like a qualifier there, like this is doing something. Doesn't look like a lot. Definitely feels like a lot.
I just want to take a moment, thank you guys, the core group here that have been watching the series and supporting it. You guys have made a big difference with our sponsors. They're very happy, and Promethean especially. You guys have really gone and checked out their products and have taken the step to try them out. So I just wanted to make sure to convey to you guys, that means a lot to me. And this helps us when we structure these types of series to be able to plan this out and really bring even more value into these mini series. And just want to kind of convey that to you guys. It makes a difference. Just go make sure you check out Promethean Bioregulators. And also our other sponsor, Legion, makes these creatine gummies I've been highlighting, but a whole host of other products. And they're great partners of ours. Please continue to support them.
Yeah. Immediately don't like this. I don't like being confined, but I'm going to keep doing it because I'm committed. So there's a flaw in this too because I'm going to have to pick it back up. I just want to see if I can drop it under control. Just like that. Ideally, I work out best at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm trying to think like the most ideal PR time for me. Probably if I get a really good night's sleep, awesomely hydrated, good balance of salt, electrolytes, and eat a good breakfast, protein, not a lot of carbs, just a little bit. And then I'm just kind of like focused. Like I'm very much like caffeine stimulated. Everything is just clear and calm. I think 1 o'clock is my PR time. It's just been consistent. It's just been hard because lately we end recordings around 3 or sometimes 4 these days, and then I'm working out, and it's, even though I'm not physically doing anything, I'm getting up out of my chair in the recording studio, just like nodding off, passing out. So all of my focus and energy sort of dissipates about this time of the day. But I still show up. There's no excuses. Just trying to like, how can I foster like the best performance I could possibly conjure here? So I gotta figure that out. I gotta get that like dialed in, practice it a few times. Like I'm not just gonna rip 315. That's not gonna just happen on a whim. Especially because right now I'm like, ooh, I'm achy. My shoulders are achy. My body's a little like fighting me a little bit. But I think if I start reducing this volume, that's gonna help. It's almost like I'm gonna get it, Marcelo. I said I'm gonna get it. Don't you trip. We'll do that one more time. Shoulders are talking to me today. So I'm gonna trade out some of the volume for horizontal pressing. And I'm gonna introduce that bar I was talking about the last time I worked out, so I can get that neutral grip. Keep building up that strength support system, but we'll give this another whirl. I'm gonna see if I can do a better job here of not feeling that excess amount of sore and the pain signals kind of coming up. So I want to at least press it so I could get like 275 would be my next goal as I ladder my way up with load. Obviously 225 is not close to that yet, but the potential for me to get that's there. The conditions for me right now, I have to listen to my body, so I could push my way close to it right now, but it's just gonna set me back if I squeeze too much. So that's where we're going. We're gonna do this one more time and then move on to horizontal pressing. Yeah, I'm doing this mental math right now. It's probably, I could argue a case for me to just cut it right there, but part of me just wants to throw it up one more time against a little bit of my better judgment. Part of pressing the envelope is being able to get into that uncomfortable territory and work through it, because I know it's not a goal that I can easily achieve, so I have to kind of break through, but break through without injury. So there's that, which this is just a discipline thing here. This is a mindset thing here. This is a focus thing. That's why you'll see me approach it and then bail, because the majority of this is psychological. Ah! All right, before I do that, let's do some rows. Oh, we gotta have matchy. What am I doing? I feel as I get closer, my anecdotes and interset quims are going to be a lot fewer and far between. Typically when I work out and I start focusing on lifting heavy and trying to push the envelope, it's about shutting everybody out. And it's about shutting my mind, getting rid of all the chatter, all the responsibility, all the things. So that's going to be an interesting one as we're filming, and we don't want to make this super boring for you guys. But the closer I get, the more dialed I get. I mean, I'm gonna have to really figure this out focus-wise. I might actually do this flat. Let me see how this is gonna feel inclined. See what that feels like, and then we'll move up. I already like this position is so much more anatomically friendly with my neutral grip than here, which I can already feel a natural weak point here in the shoulder, where that tension and that force is going to end up putting pressure right where I'm sensitive right now. So this will be a nice little way to work around some of these pains and issues and still build strength. So obviously my deltoids are still going to get work in my chest in combination with the triceps getting that extension. So it's all not junk volume. This is good working strength. It's all going into the bucket. All right. All right, we'll do 2 more sets like this is our 185 here. Whenever it hits those J hooks, oh man, that messes up the whole flow. Totally shoots your central nervous system, like just shuts off. It's that abrupt, like, what happened? And then it takes you right out of the groove. So I'm gonna shake that one off. But that happens a lot especially because this is so bulky and like inevitably it's gonna hit. So I'm not worried about this. I'm just thinking about my main lift. Those are the things that really piss me off. And the reason, I think I've already brought this up, why I do like the antagonist exercise right afterwards. It's really just to try to offset a lot of that impact. And it helps pull me back into better posture and divert a lot of that stress from my anterior delts back, drop back more towards my rear delts and rhomboids, and kind of pull everything back and alleviate the pain. Okay, now we just try and feel good. Let's go work with the cables. This is why I like the cables. Less impact. Still get that good muscle contraction. All right, we're gonna do a straight arm pull down. As high as it goes. I wish the tower was a little higher for this, but. I'm going to turn this into an overhead extension. Oh, that feels good. This is all about the stretch more than anything. You know, I was thinking I should bust out some handstand push-ups like I used to do with the parallettes. That was always a good time. There's really not a lot you can do body weight wise to emulate a shoulder press except for that, so that'd be a fun one to do, just to put that into the workout when I'm not so shoulder heavy and intensive. This is it, you guys. This is the last set. All right, well, I'm gonna stick with this new plan, and we're gonna see how the body responds this time. And what I'm hopeful for is I can find that like 2 before failure, and I can come back and I can feel like fresh and explosive. So. The last 2 have been a little, like I'm a little overtrained a bit with my volume, intensity, load, one of the 3. So just a little bit of tweaking of the knobs here to figure it out and get this ship on the good path again here. And then it's throw a bunch of heavy weight over my head time. But I like just getting rid of the weight. That's liberating. So more of that. See you next time.